I'm Jennifer from Cultaholic, and welcome to This Week in Wrestling. And joining me today is Adam and Ross.
Hello,
Hi,
woman
gents.
with expressive face.
The most expressive.
Not Jen. Not Jennifer.
Is that not hard?
Woman with expressive face.
Hello, woman with expressive face.
I am learning from the best.
I'm absolutely heartbroken.
Big Daddy Dave.
Didn't even know my name
He just called you woman with expressive face.
on his radio show, yeah. He was like, and then the woman with a really expressive face. You know, the one that like takes you out at all of
No, I saw Jen and Dave interact on a number of occasions during that weekend, and I thought he was taken by you. I thought you were striking up a really good friendship.
So did I.
But no.
But no,
Doesn't know your
He was
name.
just a big fan of my expressive face.
Has he not seen your matches in New Japan? He should be familiar with your work.
Bye, star. No. Anyway, cracking on, shall we? I'm really conscious about being really expressive now.
No, be expressive.
Yeah, I like being expressive. So yeah, October the 16th. Let's go to 1986, shall we? Mm-hmm. No, 88. Sorry, 1988 it is.
Is it?
It is 1988. Sorry, because I actually made a note.
Copy and paste job failed there. Integrity journalist.
Here, but well done me for noticing.
Yeah,
You go-
congratulations.
Thank you. Right. Okay. So yeah, we're going to it's King of the Ring. In 1998, and we will see King of the Ring and Ted DiBiase, who was against Macho Man in that tournament. Macho Man was it was a non-title match. Macho Man, I keep doing my hand there. Sorry.
No express, you know.
I know, I'm so
La-da-da-da.
weird.
I don't
So
know what's
weird.
happening here.
Anyway, Macho Man was a heavyweight champ at the time, but Ted DiBiase would win him in the King of the Ring tournament to become your new
He would
King
win
of the
him.
Ring.
He
Did I say that?
he would win him and become the sole owner of the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
In 1988, Ted DiBiase played Hooker Duck to win the King of the Ring and Macho Man.
So hungover still.
He's not a guy that you associate as being a King of the Ring winner.
Not in the slightest.
As far as the gimmick goes.
No. Not
it's
this.
not
Like, he's
him.
definitely not something. Not someone. Sorry, that I ever associate with King of the Ring.
Mhm. Who else was in the tournament?
So in that we had Ron Bass, the Red Rooster, Iron Mike Sharp, Shawn Michaels.
What's your
Virgil.
favourite Ron Bass match?
What's yours? What's mine? What's anyone's?
Honestly, I hear that name and all I think of is Billy Bass. You know, the fish that sang.
Yeah,
That's all I think.
yeah.
I don't know. My mind's-
He was not responsible for Big Mouth Billy Bass, but hell of a wrestler. Virgil.
Oh yeah,
he not?
Virgil was in it.
How great would a wrestling doesn't quite work out for him, so he retires and goes into the
Billy
talking
Bass.
fish market.
Animatronic.
What was the song that it sang?
By the river. Oh God.
Down
I should
by
know-
the riverside. Was it that?
Yeah, something like
I
that.
love it. Well, we should get one for the office.
No, we shouldn't.
Nah, there's
Why?
enough stuff like that in here already.
But I miss Braun.
Full of I met somebody the other day in the pub who I said, oh yeah, we run a wrestling channel. And it turned out that she worked next door. And she went, oh, you
Oh,
the guys with the
God.
figures in the window.
Yep.
That's us.
How cool do you seem now?
30 years old.
It seemed like a good idea when we first moved in, and Sam was like, "Oh, guys, look at my big bag of wrestling figures."
Came in with his tatty old
Daddy.
body.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
We'll stick those in the window so everyone knows what losers we are.
No, I think it's lovely.
It's pathetic, isn't it?
No, I think it's lovely. It's like it was one of the first things I noticed when I
Yeah, it
when
would
I
be.
first
Of course it
came.
would. It sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
Everyone round here wearing suits and being professional. Here we are. He wears a shirt.
Playing with toys.
Credit to him, he wears a shirt.
But to be fair, they're always played with. Like whenever, like I'm.
Whenever
like,
you're here, they'll be
they've
in a different
changed.
position.
Ah.
I think when we go home, Sam sits and has a fiddle. Not a fiddle, as a player.
I reckon
as
they
a-
come to life when we turn the office lights off.
Like Toy Story. I would love that.
I think it's a distinct possibility.
Oh my goodness! And then when Big Braun was here, he was ruling over them. That would be
It's
really
magical,
nice.
isn't it? Brings
Yeah.
a tear to your eye.
Anyway, Ted
Yeah.
DiBiase. Is
Congratulations.
Is there a Ted DiBiase?
No, there's not. No, I've got one at home.
Why didn't you bring
An old
them?
Hasbro one. They're in my parents' shed.
Bring them out.
Yeah, I know. I should do. I've got like 400.
Why don't you? We put shelves up or something, and we can display them away from the windows, so then people don't know.
Yeah, maybe away from the window's a good shout.
Well, yeah, because sun damage.
Yeah, they're worth
That's
a
the least of
fortune,
our
those. That sounds retirement plan.
Anyway, congratulations, Ted DiBiase. Moving on to 2009, we'll stick with October 16th. This is sad. This is Shane's resignation.
Is it?
I'm going to let you do this one, Ross, I think.
Stop it. Do not say a bad word against
I suppose at
any
the time it was a
man.
sad thing, but if he did the same thing right now today, it would be a good thing, as the last few weeks on SmackDown Live have proved.
It's a fair point.
It has been so much better since he's been missed, hasn't it, Jennifer?
Yeah.
Agree with me.
Well,
It's been fantastic, hasn't it, Jen? Hasn't SmackDown Live been good since Shane McMahon, the best wrestler in the world, has been missing?
No, I love Shane McMahon, and I think because it's important that he stays with the SmackDown thing, because it's obviously like, you know, the rivalry of Stephanie Shane and their
Oh,
I
we've
don't
been
want to
through
see
this
it. I don't
before.
want to see it again.
I know, but I
We know they don't get along. They're a weird family.
But I like that, and it's nice. And
He's a guy. He's never had a really great character, has he? And he's not bad on the mic or anything.
When
but
he
is
first
just your
came
dad.
back, when he came back in 2016, I like that Shane McMahon. He's a nice guy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he became
When
big-headed
came
and
out
thought
with
he was
his
the best
kids
wrestler.
and stuff
Yeah.
at his
But you've got
entrance
two
and
nice.
stuff.
Where at that time you had two nice guys doing that. Like Daniel Bryan fit that role a bit better than Shane McMahon.
But it's different because Shane. Now he's a McMahon, so he's always got, you know, he's not like Daniel Bryan, like proper roster member. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? It's different. Like, you can get away with two folk like that, I think, on like.
I
on the
love Shane.
programming.
But what you can't get away with is a 45-year-old man pretending he's Brock Lesnar, or the equivalent in the lighter division. Because that's what he thought he was for a long, long time.
Is it his fault? Do you think?
Do you actually think he thought that?
His character did. That's why he kept having big matches against these big wrestlers.
And like actually wrestling them as well. Like he
Yeah.
gave
Delusion.
the Undertaker a run for his money.
He did have a good match against
I
AJ
think-
Styles at WrestleMania, but that's
He
like...
did.
But the
I
feud...
That
like
was so unpredictably brilliant as
Yeah,
well,
it was
wasn't it?
good.
But
I
the
really
feud with
like
Kevin
Shane,
Owens and
I think
stuff like that, it just went too far. You're an old man, Shane.
No.
I know he's in shape and whatnot, but he's not...
Yes, I agree.
He's not, as you said, he's not a proper WWE superstar, but he thought he was, you know, above them.
Well.
Arsehole. Anyway, the
Well,
news
anyway,
we're
this
talking
was,
about.
yes. Anyway, this was his resignation, where he would return in 2016. But I mean, that's 7 years without Shane McMahon.
It's a brave thing to do, right?
was.
So like you're born into this family where
He's never had another job, as far as I was aware. Anyway,
he used to shill merch for the WWE catalogue. He was in there with Steph
Oh, there you go.
when he was a kid. No, he could have easily just settled down and maybe not taken over the company, but had a very, very high role in the company, and just like he's had it handed to him on a plate. But he took a chance and he went and did something else, which is I think really cool.
Yeah, you on demand, which I don't even know what it is, but he
No,
went
I
and
don't
did
know what
that, and he also.
So it went well?
Well, no, I just don't know what it is. I thought it was YouTube or something. I don't know. But
I don't know what they did.
It's not YouTube,
President of
is it?
Global Media. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think it's kind of cool that he went. And,
So did I. Do you know what? He took a chance, and in a way, I suppose maybe he kind of like did it as well, like understanding that surely Stephanie and Chips were gonna take it, and he just was like, let them have
It's
it.
not right, that, though. He's next in line. He's the oldest.
that's the way it
Eldest.
should definitely
Maybe-
work.
no.
Oh, you're...
not
It's
necessarily.
weird, that, because I'm the older brother. You're the younger brother,
I
aren't
am,
you?
yeah.
I'm the youngest too.
Oldest should always get it.
Yeah, my brother Daniel will take over Nigback's fortune. He's no longer with us. All of my wrestling figures will
He's
go to him.
still with us.
Well, my dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Shout out to Dad. Hi.
Oh, because you've got bad luck whenever you mention people's names. Anyway,
This is my
I-
dad, Jen. What are you doing?
What's this thing you've got with people mentioning people's names?
When I've meant like Vader, I talked about, and then he sadly
Doc
passed away.
Cotton's, Nick Cotton from EastEnders. as
Leslie
well.
Grantham.
You killed him.
I killed him.
Kinky
What is
Chegwin?
this guy? Kinky Chegwin?
Kinky Chegwin.
Kinky Chegwin. He is kinky. He did Naked Jungle. You ever seen that? He did a Channel 5 game show where he got his cock and bollocks out and presented it, and you had to run around the jungle. He is Kinky Chegwin.
I'm sorry.
I don't know where we've gone with this. Keith Chegwin, you've never seen Naked Jungle? This is
I've
your.
heard
This is
of
your.
it.
I've never
sort
even
of
heard
thing.
of it.
No,
it was like a thing. I
It was like
remember
sort of like the Krypton Factor.
Was
it was like Crystal
Jimmy,
Mead.
Jimmy
Yeah,
Carr,
Crystal Mead, yeah.
Like a Jimmy Carr, that thing he used to do on E4.
No.
What was that called?
That was
Frustration.
Naked Ambition or no.
Oh, what?
No.
Not the one where they go like. zoom
Not the one
up
that
and then you
Matthew
get
was
the
gone
knees
was
and then
cast
you get
for.
the. Yeah, did you not know that?
Matthew of
Matthew was
Bolshamania
awesome.
was approached to be on that show.
The show where they
Yeah,
reveal
Naked-
the
naked
bit of you,
attraction.
and then you get the
That's it. No, you need to-
and then you get the face finally.
And then the awkward bit where it's like, okay, now you've seen them all naked. Why don't you get naked? And then they're just like, hello, and like getting interviewed in the scud. Oh, it's so weird.
Can you imagine if Matthew was on there?
Don't want to.
Don't actually have to imagine
know.
it. You know?
Whoa!
No, I don't want to because
You respect him too much as a journalist.
absolutely. And a friend.
Good save. Good save. So Shane came back,
Sorry,
faced
Shane
the
came back.
Undertaker in
Yeah.
that lockbox
Who
Hell in a
cares?
Cell match.
Keith Chegwin.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Explain this.
So there was a game
Everyone's
show on
interested.
Channel 5, which is quite difficult to find now, I believe. And it was
This was like
it
a
was
while ago,
Crystal
a good
Crystal
while ago.
Maze, but
Oh.
all of the contestants
Like the
were
Aztec
naked.
Zone. It was like the Aztec
yeah.
Zone in Crystal Maze.
And so they would perform challenges. You'd have to go and, I don't know, retrieve a star from up there or something like that.
Naked.
But yeah, and like you can see as the show goes on, the cam ops becoming more and more desensitized to it. And it's just like, you've got like an up thing and there's like the ball sack. and you've
Mistletoe.
got-
Mistletoe.
Hanging like mistletoe.
Yeah, give me the old fruit bowl.
I know what that is. I was like,
I know what that is. She knows what that is.
no, I'm like that way. I just mean like I know what it is.
Yeah, Shane McMahon.
Sorry, Shane. I really tried for you there. Okay, moving on to the 17th of October to 1999. We'll go to No Mercy. This would be Jeff Jarrett's last WWF appearance.
The first of your friends to make an appearance this week?
Yeah, actually. What? Me and Jeff Jarrett are friendly now.
This is really
He's got
controversial.
batter.
This was
Now.
Jeff's last.
I'm just sidetracking from everything here. Let's just talk about the news.
No, sorry.
This was Jeff's last match in the WWE,
Yeah,
and I'd heard that he'd held them up for money.
He was
Right.
Intercontinental Champion.
Mm-hmm.
There was
I
going to be
don't-
another
No,
Bret
he
Hart
was-
situation.
But his contract ran out the day before No Mercy, so he didn't actually have to appear at this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But he did for the bonus or something.
He was still the champion, so they had to get the title off him. Otherwise, he's going to take it to WCW.
Right. Okay.
So they had to
But-
pay him, and he held them up for money, apparently. But then there's another story, which is written down there somewhere. I've forgotten what it is.
Oh, there's some
Apparently, it was
There was a
750
pay-per-view.
grand for one appearance.
And then, although the real figure may be half of that, it's still a hell of a lot of money for Jeff
one-
Jarrett.
But the Intercontinental
I see.
Championship going to WCW and getting thrown
Yeah,
in the
that
bin.
would
that
have
would
been
have-
that would have been thing. But yeah, so it was. Yeah, so he was done, but this was when like he got fired publicly when.
That was a year or two later when
yeah,
during the
yeah.
invasion.
So it was obviously still bitter. Like WWE were still obviously bitter about it.
Yeah,
so.
Vince cut that promo, didn't he? Where he just slagged Jarrett off.
Was this the thing when he was like looking at all the VTs of folk on the back, and then he was like,
That's when he fired him, when
Mm.
he's watching all the tellies in the back.
Yeah.
Imagine being fired like that.
Grim,
Yeah.
absolutely grim.
At least he got, what?
Well, he's
750 grand.
it's kind of
Pay-per-view
cool.
bonus.
That's one good thing about Vince is like he's able to.
Well, no, he upsets people and then Triple H
He's all
goes, be our
Hall of Fame now."
friend again.
He's
Yeah.
Hall of Fame now, but I think maybe he does kind of appreciate, or like you can tell that Vince obviously has a bit of a, what's the word? Like you're just rush in, like, do you know what I mean? He's
You're
a bit
impulsive.
impulsive, with like things, and then you can see the error of his ways.
Mm-hmm. And a guy who did do a lot
Yeah,
in the industry, so it's certainly
Exactly.
deserving of a Hall of Fame spot.
absolutely. No, I 100% agree. Well, we see what else happened on No Mercy. That was
Yes.
like
The one
kinda-
that sticks out to me is the fabulous Moolah defeats Ivory to win the WWF Women's Champion.
Mm-hmm.
This made the win made Moolah at the time 76 years old, the oldest champion in professional wrestling history,
That's
not just WWE
huge.
history,
Yeah,
professional wrestling history.
that's huge. It's not anymore. She's not anymore.
Is she not?
No, it's somebody else.
Is it?
Can only be Mae Young, can't it?
No, I'm sure it's somebody. Well, not.
Pat Patterson?
No, I'm
Gerald?
sure it's somebody else. Well, I might be wrong then.
Bob Barker.
Barker from Blockbusters.
Terry Wogan.
No, Bob Barker was The Price Is Right.
Who's Blockbusters?
Bob
Monkhouse.
Okay, no,
No.
Bob.
Glasses.
I was going to say
Look like,
Backlund.
look like your
I was
granddad.
going to be like Bob Backlund.
Lots of UK
Oh,
game
Bob,
show chat here.
off Bullseye.
No,
No.
that's my dad. That's oh, what's his name?
I forgot.
Jim
his name.
Bowen.
Jim Bowen.
Bob,
Here's what you could have won.
Bob, have a Pee, please, Bob.
Yeah, it was. Can I have a pee, please? Yeah.
Pee, please, Bob.
Favourite UK game show? Let's just get this all out of the way now.
Yeah, me too. Ooh, that's so hard. Crystal Maze for me, probably.
Crystal Maze was fantastic.
It
I'd love
was.
to do. You can do a live experience thing now, can't you? I know
how
one
much.
of the Maze Masters or whatever they're called.
What?
Yeah, I can hook you up.
Can't.
Chat to me after
Why
the
don't
show.
we go?
Well, that'd be a bloody fun Christmas
We
day
can.
out.
Here,
The
why
team,
don't
6
we?
of us doing that. We should do that.
We can film
What?
it
What?
as well.
I was just not
Let's
listening.
no, you can do a Crystal Maze experience.
All right.
Yeah, you can go and do it. You go through all
Let's
the
do
zones.
it.
Yeah,
I
we
think-
should do that.
I think we would actually.
Is there a Fort Bayard equivalent?
Oh, Fort Boyard.
that was
bloody,
great.
That's Leslie
Melinda.
Grantham, isn't it?
Yeah,
No,
dirty.
it's Melinda Messenger.
No, Leslie Grantham was.
He was the
Dirty
evil
Dan was
man.
the
He was
yeah,
the-
horrible.
the-
And then you've got
The
the
little person.
befuddled old. Oh, welcome to my. Yeah, and you
Fort
go.
Boyard, man. That was like, oh.
Had a banger of the theme tune as well. Proper
Doo-doo-doo.
trance.
Yeah, it was.
But catchphrase is my favourite.
Oh, catchphrase, yeah.
I was
Mr.
called.
Chips.
I'm not even making this up. I was called the catchphrase king at uni
Actually.
because I would boss catchphrase
At
in the
uni?
in the
You're
afternoon.
called that now, aren't you? The
I love-
catchphrase. Are you actually?
At uni, I used to boss it in the living room when I didn't go to uni. Just sit there and watch catchphrase on challenge. and
Oh,
just
I
boss
thought
it.
you meant because you were coming up with catchphrases.
No.
It's because you were lonely.
No, I used to sit with all my pals that didn't go to uni.
All right, sorry.
Mr. Chips, Roy
I'm lonely
Walker.
now. I wasn't lonely then.
Roy Walker, I met him at, he was doing like some sort of student night up in Glasgow years ago, and it was brilliant. He was
it?
loving life.
I bet he's
Oh.
off his tits constantly, isn't
He was proper getting the shots out and everything. He
Was he?
loving
I
bet he
life.
was.
He was loving life.
Fantastic.
Roy Walker, man.
Bullseye's
It was
mine.
good, but it's not right.
I liked Bullseye.
Bullseye was
too.
great because the prizes were so crap.
Supermarket Sweep.
Oh, with Dale Winton, fantastic
I
show.
loved that.
It made a disappointing comeback, didn't it?
Yeah, it was sad.
Who presented it on the comeback?
No, Dale Winton. Oh, no, it was Dale Winton.
He died recently, didn't he?
No, he did
No.
not.
Dale Winton did,
No,
didn't
he did not.
Yeah, he did.
didn't
He did.
No, he did
No, Ross
not.
is right.
He did, yeah, I'm sure
yeah,
he
he
did.
did.
What?
A few months ago.
Yeah.
Did he?
He's in his 60s, I think, early 60s.
So?
I might have just made that last bit up. I'm sure he's dead, though.
Actually?
Yeah.
No Mercy, 1999 was a hell of a show.
Wow. Moving on. Oof, I don't know if I can. We're still October 17th, but we are 2016. And we'll go to Raw. And this was, well, a big deal. It was
The state of this show.
it's bad, isn't it? It's really bad. It's because I'm hungover, I swear.
Yeah, this is
Anyway.
definitely your fault, Jen.
I do.
Keep us on track. That's your job.
But I know, I think that's what I'm supposed to do. I can't do it. No, I can't. I'm
Right,
trying.
that's it.
Right, come on. 17th of October 2016, Raw. Goldberg
Yeah.
makes a return after 12 years he'd been away. 12 years.
Left under a cloud, came back in lovely sunshine.
He
Yeah.
did.
I
Yeah.
loved Goldberg's run.
See, what that?
The second one was perfect from start to finish.
As in the most recent one. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can.
Really,
totally go
really
with that.
enjoyed it.
I
Like,
can totally go with that. But I was never a
Apart from the way he
Goldberg
beat KO, didn't like that bit.
What's
yeah, that was unnecessary.
Yeah, it was a B show, B pay-per-view, and you just squashed him straight away.
Oh.
Yeah.
KO was a bit distracted.
I do remember that.
Yeah, for
Bit
the Universal
distracted.
title, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But no, I was never a Goldberg fan, just because I was so synonymous with like WCW, like back in the day.
Get out.
I-
Get out.
He was the
Get
bollocks.
out.
He was
Just never was.
never seen anything like him.
Never. I
Didn't
just
say a
didn't
word,
get it.
came to the ring, ruined everyone with some of the best looking moves.
I
like
appreciate
the
it.
spear
Like,
and the
I appreciate it
jackhammer.
now, but see, like as a kid or like seeing him, I was just like,
Really?
He's the
not
reason I was
interested.
hooked on wrestling, me.
Really?
Got that tape that Goldberg and Sting won, the WCW one. The career retrospective
You
ones.
got that signed by him, didn't you? You took it up with you.
Oh, Dragon Eyes, who gave me his copy and I forgot it in the car.
Oh, okay.
But I met him and talked to him. It was nice.
Was he a nice guy?
Yeah, very nice guy. Gave Joe
know.
Hendry, I don't know if I can say this on camera. I'll go for it anyway.
Yep.
Gave Joe Hendry an emotional pep talk that lasted about 10 minutes. It was amazing to watch.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's lovely.
Because Hendry was obviously like, I'm a wrestler, me. Rain down on me, senpai.
Yeah, Joe Hendry gets all the pep talks.
Because he's the best.
Like Pat Patterson gave him like a proper good chat as well,
Yeah.
and I'm sure did Foley, maybe.
People just get that he's really passionate and he cares, and I think
Yeah,
they
he
want to
does
help him.
care.
He's such a nice guy.
He has a lot of time for him. But yeah, so Goldberg returned.
Came back and he answered. So had
I was Paul
Brock
Heyman.
laid the challenge, or via Heyman had laid the
Uh-huh.
challenge already, and Goldberg just came down and said, "Yeah, I'll do it."
It started from an ESPN interview, I think, with Goldberg or
That was
Brock.
it.
And then the other person went on ESPN, and then it spilled
Was it
over
not a
WWE.
thing though that he'd said that he like really wasn't ever going to return until he even?
He wanted to do it for his kids, apparently.
Oh,
His
did
kid,
he?
yeah,
To
he
see
wanted
his
his
son.
kid, his
His
son.
naked son to see him have one more match.
His naked. Do you not remember?
Remember
He
he-
shirt off for some
He
reason.
got his son at the ring and his son took his shirt off.
Do you not remember this?
Like a
One of my
10-year-old
favourite
kid.
wrestlers.
See, he got him in the ring right at the end of his run, and the kid took a bump over the barricade, went arse over tit, and then got in the ring and took his shirt off and was posing and stuff.
What?
Fair play to. I'd have been the exact same. Your dad has just like come back to the WWE.
What age is his kid?
10 or something, yeah.
Oh, it's
Well,
amazing. Like fair play to
remember
him.
that
It
at
was-
all. That's hilarious. I was going to say I want to watch that, but then does that make me sound a bit weird?
No, it's
Okay.
yeah.
That's
It is
good.
what it is, Jen.
Anyway, welcome back, Goldberg. Going, moving on a year later, we're going to SmackDown.
I love this, because I completely forgot this happened.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yes,
so
so
sad
did
it
I.
didn't lead anywhere.
Yeah, this was JINDER MAHAL's what, like Jinder, I've just written Jinder
So
wants
WWE
Brock.
champion Jinder Mahal called out Brock Lesnar for a match at Survivor Series, which apparently was going to happen for a long time until plans changed. I sound
He was-
like
was he-
Dave Meltzer.
Was he the
gonna say
WWE
cards
champion at this
subject
time?
to
He was, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Jinder was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he called out Universal
It
champion.
was going to be champion versus champion at Survivor Series, and then
What a
all of a
mess that
sudden
would
they
have
went to
been.
Manchester in the Angleterre in England, and then AJ Styles beat him, and Kenny McIntosh had a crisis.
I was gonna say
He went wild, didn't he?
he was loving life.
Looking back on that Jinder thing, it feels like it was 10 years ago.
It does feel like so long ago.
It was,
In fact, when was the last time we properly saw him? When he ran out with
He was on Raw
he's
last
on Raw,
night.
yeah, he's still on Raw,
most
but he's
weeks,
not
he just
doing
does the
much.
Shanty,
yeah.
which I don't quite understand. It's a bit naff, innit? Just saying a funny word, isn't he?
How do you think that match would have ended? Would Brock just have squashed Jinder, or would Jinder got some
No, I think they
offense
would have
in?
tried.
Could you imagine if
they
they
would
had
have tried to push Jinder a wee bit. at
10 to
least.
15 minutes of methodical offense from Jinder Mahal and Brock Lesnar. I would have been all over that.
It's Jinder.
I like Jinder. I think Jinder's a great heel. Racism stuff aside, I didn't obviously see that stuff as naff, but like, I actually think he was a pretty good old school heel.
Yeah,
He shouldn't have been WWE
I think he's
champion
a bit of
ever.
a rubbish wrestler, me.
Yeah, I agree.
Just a bit of a rubbish wrestler.
But he's not meant
he's
to
promo-
do
he's-
flashy stuff.
I
is
know
he?
that,
No,
but he
but-
still makes big mistakes. Things like the Greatest Rumble springs to mind,
yeah.
stuff like that. And his
Yeah.
promos are pretty bad as well, I find. They're very one-dimensional.
But
Look
that-
at me getting all analytical.
No, I agree.
I like the Singh brothers. I like the
I
package
like the
of
Singh.
him.
I really like the Singh
I like the
brothers.
package of him and the Singh brothers, but it would have been funny to see him and Brock, just to see what would have happened. But it never happened.
No,
We can all wish.
maybe
One
one
day.
Well, Brock's still kicking about at this point. Just about.
Just about.
Jinder's just about clinging on.
Get it booked. So we'll go to the 18th of October in 1998, and it's Judgment Day in your house, and this was huge because it was the first time that we would ever hear Vince McMahon utter the famous line, "You're fired."
Do the voice. Come on, Jen.
I can't do it. Like, okay. You're fired.
It's not bad.
God,
I
you
don't think I
sounded
can
like
do that.
Stephanie.
That's a compliment. She
I
loves
know,
that.
I
She's
love
happy with that,
Oh,
which is ludicrous.
kill
It's
me
made a
now.
wee bit dizzy, to be honest.
So Taker and Kane had the match. Austin was
Yes.
the special guest
So
ref,
basically,
and if it
yeah.
didn't end in a conclusive finish, Austin would be fired and
if
he could get fired
If
because it
basically, if
wasn't.
Austin, excuse me, had some tomfoolery, because it was all a big punishment for Austin to basically raise the hand of the champ. And if he had any shenanigans, tomfoolery, and didn't perform his role as guest ref properly, then he would be fired.
Right. Okay.
And he didn't. He was cheeky.
For how long?
A really, really long time. One day.
1 day.
One whole day, but still, it coined the phrase that we all know and love. That you're fired.
The one that Donald Trump invented many years later.
Yeah. Right.
What else happened on this?
One of the best opening
pay-per-view?
packages ever.
I can't remember.
Oh, Freddie Blassie had
Oh,
a,
is that the?
he just says a load of words at the start.
Is that this one? All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
what a hell of a voice. Undertaker should start doing that, but like not in an Undertaker way. 'Cause he's got that growl that Freddie Blassie had.
Oh, there you go. There's something for him to do.
Watch it for the opening package, I tell you.
What else did happen though?
It's just a solid mid
It
card
was, I was
pay per view.
gonna
This
say,
isn't
yeah,
it?
it's pretty
Al
decent.
Snow, Mark Mero, LOD 2000, which is Hawk Animal and Droz, versus DOA. Christian versus Taka Michinoku. Oh yeah, Christian won the light heavyweight title. I remember that.
Oh, it's Christian's debut. Oh.
Well,
Was it?
debut match.
Was debut match? Yeah, because
Oh,
he came
right.
out
He rocked
as-
it with his
yeah,
fuzzy
yeah.
hair, didn't he? Like an 80s rock god.
This is good. This is a good pay-per-view.
Goldust Val Venus. It's so mid-cardy. So
Yeah, but
mid-cardy.
it's good though.
Yeah, it's good.
Maybe worth watching again. Not just for that moment, but for the full show. Okay, we'll stay on the 18th and we will go to 1999 to...
Just read this out word for word. Because I couldn't believe it when I saw it.
Okay, so 1999, Raw is War. The Hollies, Crash and Hardcore, defeated the Rock and Sock Connection to win the WWF Tag Team Championship. It was the second tag title change in less than a week and the 7th in as many weeks.
7 in 7 weeks.
I missed that period of wrestling, me.
Yeah,
And
I
it
think
was just wild.
Yeah, anything went.
Also, I just missed the Rock and Sock Connection. I loved that.
Yeah.
it's one of those teams that was obviously sort of thrown together. I'm trying to think of other ones that have worked. Like the Bar right now is a great example. Sheamus and Cesaro,
Okay, like they've kind of
brilliant
just
together.
Yeah, no, definitely they just bounce off each other. You can tell they.
We're not watching that show.
I love them. Who else? There's been kind of thing. Well, Kane and Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, that's
That
a great
was a
shout.
belter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's has been thrown together that's just worked? Head Cheese, great team. Big fan of them.
Dave Benson and Session Moth Martina.
They weren't thrown together. That was years
That
in the
was
making.
planned.
Yeah, right.
That had been written in the stars. That. Bless. I love that he's so into wrestling now.
He's a 30-year veteran.
Dave Benson Phillips.
Apparently
Yeah.
used to wrestle in the 80s.
Used to be on World of Sport.
chance.
You don't know that.
He is
No.
Kendo Nagasaki.
Imagine the unmasking.
Imagine! What on earth? That's hilarious. Oh, Dave Benson Phillips. Anyway, yeah. Yeah,
I don't know if we need to say anything else about that. That's enough.
Alright, it's
Just
mental.
take it and run with it. Okay, October the 19th, we'll go to 2003, and it's No Mercy. And this was the father-daughter I Quit match.
And Vince went a bit too far. Even though, you know, today, if he did it to her, I would like it. The character, not the actual lady.
I was like, what?
See the character get a bit of comeuppance for once in a while. I know she's been through a table and had Ronda Rousey.
I
rip
was
her
going
arm
to
off.
say, she's had a...
But it doesn't happen near often as it should.
No, she's fresh as a daisy now and a good guy again for some reason.
Is she though?
Yeah, yesterday on Raw.
Oh,
or
right,
a few
okay, well,
weeks ago
sorry,
on
a
Raw.
few
Yeah.
weeks ago.
No,
I've
no,
not
no.
seen it, I've not seen it. So.
It's so confusing, her character.
It's
Yeah,
just-
this match was nuts.
Yeah.
So essentially, it was an I Quit match, a father and daughter affair, Vince versus Stephanie. And the cherry on top of
Special guest appearance from my Linda.
my Linda.
My Linda. My wee Linda.
And the moment of the match, the crowning moment, was when Vince got a lead pipe and tried to choke his own daughter out with it. Just the visual of that was quite striking.
Totally. It was. And do you know what? Like, I think it's a great thing that they did that.
I actually think it's one of Vince's better matches. It was,
Yeah.
it was quite enjoyable to watch. No, that sounds
No,
awful
no, it does
to
sound
say,
horrible,
but it
I
was
know
it was
exactly
quite
what you mean. I know exactly.
from a
what you mean.
storyline sort of
I think-
perspective, and it was
Yeah,
he was
and
a horrible man there.
Exactly, and I just think that I loved all that, like, period. And I liked that there was just so much of the family, like, you know, like just so much in between them, like
Yeah.
sweet and stuff. I just love the McMahons, man. They're so good. And then, of course, like the emotion with Linda throwing in the towel, you know.
The
Devil-
emotion. Listen to you, Jen.
Here's a
Honestly,
dramatic reenactment of Linda throwing in the towel.
definitely one of my top 3
No
Linda
emotion
moments.
whatsoever.
Definitely one of my top 3 Linda moments. Yeah.
Angle versus Cena in the
Oh, yeah.
submission. Well, defeated him via submission. That was a great match. I need to watch that back, actually. I haven't seen that in ages.
Yeah, loads of other things happen. Oh, no, it's interesting to say that intergender matches were forbidden in Maryland state.
Oh, God, I only had to pay the
They
fare.
had to pay a fine.
I didn't
Yeah.
know
Loads of
that.
They paid it in advance just to say, sorry, lads, it's happening anyway.
I know.
Wow, that's ballsy,
Is
isn't
that
it?
not so McMahon of you
Yeah,
to
yeah.
just be like that? Oh, I'm doing it anyway, so just have the money.
Fair play.
Oh, McMahon's. God.
Pissing money.
Love them. Love them. Okay, October the 20th to 2000. This is WCW. It's a release of Bret Hart, who subsequently announced his retirement.
It's the way he said subsequently there, I thought died was coming.
No. Yeah, no, basically this was WCW releasing Bret Hart.
Via FedEx, apparently.
Was it actually?
Which I love. I love
Was
that.
it?
It's just the way they did it, isn't it? Like Stone Cold got released the same way. Yeah, I guess it's because like maybe the contract had to be proved that it was delivered or something. Oh, sorry, the termination had to be proved that it was delivered,
so, like,
so
when
you get a receipt or something.
Served, like, the
Yeah,
court papers
maybe.
and
I don't
stuff?
know. But that might be something to
That's
do with it.
harsh, man.
So this came following Goldberg's
Yeah.
errant kick to Bret, which concussed him, and then
Yeah, and he hadn't really been seen, like...
Bret Hart's WCW run is just like such a shame. Like screw job aside and everything, just imagine what he could have done. Some of those dream matches that he could have had, and then.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it before, I'm not like a huge Bret Hart fan, so...
It's a weird thing. We've spoken about this before. In that, if you didn't grow up with Bret, you probably don't get him. You feel the same way, I think, don't you?
Yeah, I just thought he's a bit boring.
Yeah,
I
me
appreciate
too.
the good wrestling.
Yeah,
but,
no,
like,
exactly. That is exactly it.
And
I
his
can
heels-
appreciate it, but...
His heel stuff in the 97, was it? That was good.
No, his heel stuff was great as well.
But
He was a real hero.
Especially though, but in that time when you're seeing other things that are just so much exciting and so much.
Bret was
so many...
excited. Are you kidding me? Comes out with a jacket. You wanted to be that kid with the glasses.
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
wanted
I
to be
did.
a
I wanted to.
warrior.
All right, fair enough. I get why people don't get it because, like, if you weren't following at the time and you maybe just don't get it, but it was post Hogan and Hogan this unrealistic cartoonish thing, which was great for younger kids, but then maybe it just fit with my sort of progression through childhood.
and, like, you're kinda
Bret
growing
was real. He was an actual real person
I think that's
who stood
maybe
for everything
why-
that was right.
I think that's maybe why, because it's always been bigger characters, like kind of more. Even the people that are kind of like billed as like more real.
Yeah.
Like it's the bigger personalities that I like.
No,
I like
fair
the
play.
drama and stuff, and I just never really got that from Bret.
Everything that Bret did, whether it was in the ring or on the mic, you just believed. For me, that was it. It was just like he was a real human being who was trying to do the right thing, and I don't know. Yeah, no, I love Bret, and I was really just. I remember this happening with WCW and just being so sad that we wouldn't get to see any more of him.
Yeah, it's sad. I did not know that. It was like by FedEx. That's horrible.
I liked his last appearance, though. His last appearance ever when he's had the old steel thing in his belly. Taking a spear off Goldberg.
Oh,
Spear, and then he lays down for it. Like Goldberg's just flat out, and then amazing. Such a good angle. It wasn't quite like that.
I was like, is that not the exact same maneuver you did as well for Goldberg's son? And I was like,
I don't think I did that for Goldberg, did I?
You kind of get that little boy off your brain, can't
You
you?
did. And no, but I'm just like saying, that's quite two parallels. Like one you're celebrating and the other one.
It was a definite callback. Goldberg's son removing his shirt to reveal the metal plates on his 10-year-old belly.
Are we not to Bret there? What a lad.
Yeah, very sad.
Yeah, no, we're totally howling.
There's some more Bret coming up, I believe, as well.
It's a double header.
The next day, but 4 years previous, October 21st, 1996, Bret Hart turns down a lucrative offer from WCW. Ooh, 8.4 million over 3 years.
It was huge money.
Whoa.
Yeah.
But sorry, and he signs a contract with WWF instead. Why did he? How much was the WWF one?
So
Oh,
it was for
God.
less money, but over a longer period of time. So he could have, like, it wouldn't have meant he would have had to wrestle for the duration of the contract. He would have been involved with the company and couldn't wrestle elsewhere, I guess, but it would secure him for the future. But it's down to loyalty. He wanted to stay with Vince because he
Bret
felt
does
like
seem
Vince
like
was
a
his
nice,
father.
Yeah, he's like, he does. It's a shame. He's had a.
Yeah,
Right.
if you one thing that's worth watching to understand a bit more is a documentary called Wrestling with Shadows, which is
Okay,
about
I've
Bret.
not seen it. I've heard of it, but I've never
Brilliant.
seen it.
It's a brilliant documentary, and it goes way more. And you just see how conflicted Bret is and not knowing what to do. And he is a loyal, genuine guy.
Yeah. Yeah, because you always hear, like, I mean, with everything, it's the rest of the Hart family that always are very outspoken and opinionated, and Bret always does just kind of.
Oh,
keep
Bret's
back,
opinionated.
like-
You get
no, he's
me?
opinionated, but I think he's always more held back, like.
Perhaps
like some issues, maybe.
at this time,
know.
I just think he realised that Vince was in trouble, and that WWF, if Bret had gone, may have really suffered and not been around for in 5 years' time or whatever. He signed the WWF contract, of course,
20 years.
for 20 years.
So that's a huge.
Yeah. So this is the day that he turned down the WCW offer,
Yeah.
but he would go on then, to sign the WWF offer. But Vince realised that it was unsustainable and said, "Go to WCW."
Oh, so it was similar to a Legends deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
After the first 3 years. So 3 years of it was for a wrestler.
For wrestling, and then the
And that was
rest
for
of it,
millions, and then the last bit was for less.
just like
Yeah.
a wee kind of pocket money.
Well, yeah.
But good.
well,
pocket.
500 grand a year.
You know what I mean?
But no deal had ever been offered like this ever. It was just
I
unbelievable.
think Kurt Angle got a 10-year offer around the same time, and Mark Henry did as well.
Yeah.
Angle obviously turned his down because he said to Vince McMahon, "I can't lose me because I'm a real wrestler." And Vince said, "Piss off."
So we do have deaths. Oh no, it's
Yeah.
another heart. Or a heart that we're talking about. Anyway, October the 16th, 2003, it was Stu Hart sadly passed away.
Hell of an age, though.
I thought he was a lot
me too.
older than me. I
So
thought he
did
was in
I,
his hundreds.
actually.
88.
Yeah.
And I also didn't think it was as far back as 2003.
I didn't realise it. That was
That-
good.
That was 15 years ago. Surely that's not right.
Come on, Tiger.
Come on, Tiger.
Yeah, there you go. That's us, Stu.
But like,
There's some really great footage talking about that Wrestling with Shadows documentary in the dungeon there that you should go and
Well, he's
watch as well.
stretching some poor little, well, not little, it's
Yeah,
a big man.
They're all like Billy Big Bollocks and want to go down, and it's like, because Stu's this like, feeble-looking old man, and then they go down to the dungeon, and Stu absolutely ruins
Just,
them. They're
I
screaming
know.
for their life because, he's
what a lad.
terrifying and knows how the body works.
But 15 years ago, jeez,
Yeah.
surely that's wow.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel as long as 15 years ago. But
Do you remember where you were like when you found out that Stu Hart passed away?
Nope.
Oh,
Do you?
no. Just the way you were saying, it didn't feel like
No, but it
15
didn't-
years.
No, but it just doesn't. Do you know that way? It just does not feel like 15
Yeah.
years ago. Like it just kind of. I don't know. Right. Okay. October the 19th. Sadly, another death. Road Warrior Hawk. And this was really sudden. It was a heart attack. He was 46.
A
So-
guy who dealt with an awful lot as well, had horrible alcohol
Yeah.
issues, dependency, and I don't know, one of my favourite tag teams ever.
Definitely one of the most iconic, like from that era for me anyway. Like I think of the Road Warriors like as a, I would struggle to tell you another like tag team that are so prolific in my memory anyway.
Yeah,
From
like
that
Heart
era.
Foundation's up there for me, the Rockers, but like these were like they
Yeah.
did so much in so many places.
Totally, and I think it's also like Road Warriors are like, I think when you kind of say to like non-wrestling fans or people like, it's one of the most iconic ones that
Yeah.
they'll always remember because they're like, oh yeah, the face paint and like the big.
The promos were mental.
Absolutely.
Tell him,
mental.
Hawk. Well, so good.
I know.
No, I loved Hawk. I was sad about this. Massively sad. Just because I don't know. They were one of my favorite tag teams growing up for sure.
Yeah. Sad. There's birthdays!
Yay.
Yay. So we've got birthdays! Yay, delightful.
Yes.
So on the 15th, happy 37th birthday to Tama Tonga.
I don't watch much New Japan, but I know he's very, very good.
He's also a gorilla of destiny.
Grillo Destiny. There you go.
There you go. Like
Pause
it.
and move on.
Happy birthday. Also on the 15th, happy 47th birthday to Joey Abs.
47.
47, that's a shock.
That is so young.
What?
We're in
47.
2018. He was around in 2000, 1999.
Yeah, I guess so. I'd have just put him at 40 for some
Yeah,
reason.
Nearly-
I
nearly-
don't think of him being like nearly 50.
I suppose, yeah, be like late 20s when he.
I don't know.
About par for the course. Isn't it?
Anyway, looks great.
I hated him, me though. Him and the blonde one, Rodney.
Just Rodney and Joey Abs.
Yeah, didn't like- I thought
big
they were-
Pete Gas fan here.
Pete Gas was a good wrestler.
He was the best of the three.
And
in
the other,
fairness.
I just thought the other two were so naff, especially Rodney.
The other two were so naff. I can't believe what you're saying.
Hey,
He'll be delighted. if
Pete
he's
Gas is
listening.
a strong,
Anyway, it's-
strong
Can
individual.
we just? It's Joey's birthday.
Yeah, happy
so
birthday,
happy
Joey.
birthday. I
You were
don't
crap,
even-
Joey Abs.
Ross, it's shocking.
And I also hate him because of Abs from Five. Always made that correlation when I was
Five
young.
was a dick.
Yeah. I thought they were
He
related
was
when
the
I was
chavvy
young.
one, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't
Well,
like him.
yeah, he was the one that was like would steal your tires. But no, I love
Leave the expensive rims though. Steal the tyres.
Oh, is that what you steal? I don't know how it works. I've never stole them. I like Jay. Anyway, happy birthday, Joey Abs. On the 16th, Missy Hyatt, 55.
55 is some age.
Jeez,
Yeah.
Also on the 16th, Justin Credible, 45.
That's very young as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's fixed himself up though, hasn't he, in recent
Is he
times?
looking good?
I've no idea what he looks like, but I've read that he's straight and narrow.
Oh,
Really?
good.
Well, that's
Yeah.
good. Nice to hear.
Is it through DDP? Probably.
Yeah.
I
Fixes
hope so.
everybody,
He
doesn't he?
he's just like, he's like a garage for old wrestlers, isn't he? DDP.
Oh, right. I didn't understand what you're on about then. DDP is like a garage for old wrestlers.
They all go
Jennifer
in.
Louise, 2018.
Oh yeah, so he's like Tim Westwood, like Pimp My Ride, Pimp My Wrestler.
He's just like Tim Westwood as DDP.
Never mind.
Jesus.
I don't think
That's right.
he's just like a basic mechanic rather than Tim Westwood, isn't he? Because Tim Westwood pimps, whereas DDP just fixes. He's just like your
Nice.
guy around the corner. I think you're giving him too much
Your
credit,
local-
Jen,
your local
for
guy.
saving all these lives and turning them around.
So is he more of an exhibit then? I
Just a
don't know.
bog standard mechanic.
Oh, bless. Well, happy birthday. Also on the 16th, happy 35th birthday to Kenny Omega.
Best wrestler in the world, maybe?
Possibly, arguably.
Probably.
Arguably. On the 17th,
Just seeing this one.
The best wrestler of the 90s.
happy 61st birthday to Steve McMichael.
Mongo! What a
He
guy.
was so bad
Yeah,
at
dreadful.
everything he did.
He was a horseman.
The
He was
crowd,
a
used,
horseman.
the crowd used to go wild from him. I never understood it, me.
It's his birthday, lads.
Happy birthday,
Can we be
Mongo.
nice? On the 18th, happy 36th birthday to Simon Gotch.
I liked him.
I can't believe he's 36. Oh, man. On the 18th, happy 59th birthday to the Berserker.
Jim Nord.
Jim Nord.
One of my-
John Nord.
Jim Nord.
John Nord.
Don't know.
Jim John. They're interchangeable, aren't they?
I don't know. Jack and John are. Is Jack and John's the
Jim
same
John.
name? Isn't
Maybe not.
Is it?
Anyway, he was my favourite wrestling figure.
I remember I
growing
went to
up.
school with a guy called Jack. He also went by John.
What?
Jack John.
No, that's not right. That's just two names.
Jack John Young, he was called.
Jack John Young.
Jack John Young. That's how he used to say his name.
So he had two different names then.
No,
not the
it
same.
was his official birth certificate name was John, but he also went by Jack.
But that's a different name.
It is, but it's also the same name
How?
somehow.
Is it like Bob and Robert?
Oh.
No,
Dick and Richard.
Yeah.
Fascinating stuff.
Right.
Berserker.
Okay, on the 19th, Kendo Nagasaki is 70.
Oh,
Dave
Dave
Benson
Benson Phillips.
Phillips.
Happy birthday to Dave Benson Phillips.
I watched
I would
Kendo
love
getting
that.
unmasked,
Yeah?
and it was actually Dave
He had
Benson.
the contacts in and he... Oh,
He had the,
no.
he had the tattoo on his
Yeah.
scalp.
Legit terrifying. Like, mostly, unmaskings are pretty underwhelming because, like,
I bet
people
his
just
was
are
like
just human
so,
beings.
His was like so well, like he really lived that gimmick.
Oh,
He
yeah,
would
man. It still
always-
does if he appears.
Yeah.
Well,
Trying to think what documentary it was I watched ages ago, and it was like he's just cutting about the house.
Yep,
like,
it was
and
the-
the one with like Klondike Kate and all
yeah,
that.
it was called Handbags and Something. It was on BBC in,
Yeah,
I think,
it was like-
2015.
Ah,
I remember seeing it. It's on YouTube again. You can watch it.
But yeah, no, he loved that gimmick. But anyway, happy birthday. On the 19th also, happy for. I was like, what? Happy 47th birthday to Saraya Knight.
You think that was Paige for a second
For
there?
a minute, I just saw Saraya and I was like, what? And I was
Fair
like,
play.
no way. But yeah, so Paige's mum, who's doing really well.
Yep.
Hard bastard.
Still wrestling, yeah. She's tough as nails,
Yeah,
isn't she?
she's I watched actually that Black Craft wrestling
Oh, yeah.
the other day, and she was awesome in it. Like she's
Yeah,
the
she can
women's
still
champ.
go. 47 years old.
I know, amazing.
Isn't The Undertaker 47?
52. Isn't he?
Is he
53?
52?
He's over 50.
Oh, is he?
isn't
I didn't realise that. I was going to say, that's
I
a
knew.
bloody impressive age to
Anyway,
be doing what she does.
Totally. On the 19th, also happy 23rd, 23. Jeez, oh, to Tony Storm. Sorry.
So,
Tonka.
to Tonka on the brain.
Oh,
She is a name that people would be talking about in 5
Absolutely.
years' time.
What do you mean in 5 years? People
Well,
are
no,
talking about her
like,
now.
she's going to be huge.
She is going to be. She'll be.
Yeah. She already is, don't get me wrong, she say, but she is going to be big.
No, she's definitely. I mean, yeah, she's amazing. So happy birthday, 23 as well, though. That's young.
Sickening,
Actually,
isn't
a
it?
bit younger than I thought. Moving on the 20th, happy 48th, Chavo Guerrero.
Yeah.
There you go.
Come on, Chavo.
Yeah, always remember him more from Impact than anywhere else.
Do you really?
Really?
I know.
I think of him as like an
TNA.
ECW guy, a WWE ECW
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
That's where
No, I
my
always
mind
Los
think
goes.
of-
Guerreros. That's with him. My association.
Yeah,
with him.
fair.
It's strange. I don't know why. I just always, I don't know, maybe. I don't know. But I always think of him as a TNA guy.
And Kerwin White.
Oh, happy.
White is right, Jen. Never forget. White is always right.
Also on the 20th, happy 60th.
Oh,
Oh, look who it is.
Oh,
Your
bad
close
guy.
personal friend.
are you close with Scott?
Big Razor. No, I've just had dinner with him
She
once.
metaphorically slapped him in the face.
I know.
What?
She's a terrible person.
I know. Yeah, everyone's heard this story a million times.
I don't think I have.
Basically, I had dinner with Scott Hall and other people were there. And
You had a big pint.
I
You had a big pint.
Right in front of us.
Scott.
Whoa, look at that, Scott.
Oh, that's delicious. That was
No,
such-
no one else was drinking. Like, how could I be that stupid?
You're just Scottish. It's fine. And
Everyone else
finally,
is Scottish. And finally, on the 21st, Bushwhacker Butch.
well, can you? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about Bushwhacker Butch.
What,
The
was
last
he
time I
the
saw
first
him-
one to lick you?
Yeah, he was.
There you go.
Yeah. I've been licked by both. Butch was the first one. When we recently, he was at the Hall of Fame, wasn't he? He was inducted into the Hall of Fame, came out on the stage
Yeah.
in crutches, looking. Yeah.
74. And that's your birthdays for that week. And that's this week in wrestling.
That's
All
this week.
done.
It's emotional.
It has been. So that has been This Week in Wrestling. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so here. If you like what we do here at Cultaholic, then please join our Patreon at patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe and join us.